Hey guys, long time no talk. Long story short, I got married, moved across the country, but today I'm back at it. I'm going to be showing you how to get salon quality gel nails without having to pay the salon fee. As with any manicure, you're going to want to start with clean, groomed nails. Make sure your cuticles are pushed back and your nails are filed the way you want. Because my nails are pretty soft and not super oily, I like to buff the surface of my nails just to give the gel a texture to stick to. I'm using a super soft grit file. I don't even know the number of grit. I'll put it in the description box, but I think it's even softer than a regular buffing block. Next, you want to use a lint-free wipe, which is really important so that you don't deposit any more debris or lint or anything onto your nail, and alcohol. And this is just going to clean the surface so that you're working on a blank fresh canvas. So a lot of times I'll just do this step, but if I want my manicure to last a very long time, I'll also use a primer. And this is called pH bond. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it looks like it just dehydrates my nail more, and if there was any oil that possibly survived the alcohol part, this gets rid of it, and it definitely increases the longevity of my gel manicure. And that dries pretty quick, and once it's dry, I move on to base coat. I'm using the OPI base coat. So far, it's my favorite one. It applies almost like a regular nail lacquer. I don't know. It's really weird. It's a really weird substance. I feel like a lot of gel base coats don't like to stick to my nail really well, and I'll often have to cure them one at a time to keep the polish from like pulling away. But this one just sticks and it stays put, and I find that it makes my gel manicure last, but it's not super hard to remove, which is really important to me. And I forgot to do it here, but make sure you cap your free edge of your nail first and then apply the coat over top of your nail. This is going to keep the whole surface smooth, and it's going to make sure your natural nail is sealed in with the gel. And I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but it really is better to do a thin coat of gel versus a thick coat, especially with base coat. Then you're going to cure your gel according to the manufacturer's instructions. I'm using the La Maxi from La Mini Macaroon LED lamp. This comes in a set, and I'll link that below, but right now it's my favorite one because it's really portable and it works great. Once your gel base coat is completely cured, you're ready to move on to your color coat. I'm using one from Indigo nails, which isn't really easy to get a hold of, so I'm really sorry about that, but I'll try to find some close dupes to this color and link them below. And as you did with your base coat, you want to apply a really thin coat of the gel. Again, I totally forgot, but in this next step I'll show you. Make sure you cap the free edge of your nail with a little bit of gel. That just means before you apply the gel to your nail surface, drag a little bit of product right along the edge or the tip of your nail. This is just going to make sure your natural nail is completely sealed in with gel, and that's going to prevent any sort of lifting from occurring. And here you go. I finally decided to do it right. So as you see there, I just applied that right along the edge. It doesn't have to be perfect. And this is also going to keep your nail from getting too bulky on the end. I used to seal the free edge in after I applied the gel onto the top surface, and my nail would always be very heavy towards my free edge, and I didn't know why, and that was the reason. And I do try to get this color all the way to the edge of my nail, right up against my cuticle, but if you get any gel polish on your skin, make sure to remove it before curing. I also try to put the majority of the gel color right below my cuticle and then push it up toward my cuticle so that it's thinner around that area, and then disperse it down my entire nail evenly. And again, you really want to make sure you don't have any gel sticking to the surrounding skin, because if you do, once you cure it, that's just going to be an edge for your whole gel manicure to lift and then peel off. Then go ahead and cure your gel according to the instructions, and if you need to, you can do a second coat. One thing I want to say, if your gel layers are a little on the thicker side, when you cure them, you might feel some heat from the lamp. If that happens, just pull your hand out for a second and then pop it right back in. It happens if it's too thick, but it's not a big deal. If you do get gel on your skin, it might burn a little bit, and I try to just remove that really quick if I feel it, and then you're good to go. And another thing thing about capping the free edge, if you have shorter nails than I do and you get gel on like your fingertip area when you cap your nail, just make sure to remove that before curing, because that also is a part that sometimes is left there and that will cause lifting. When I first started out applying gel, one of the hardest things for me was applying it evenly. A way to combat that is once I've applied my color coat, before I cure, I just flip my hand upside down and gravity will pull the gel toward the apex of your nail, and that's going to create a nicer silhouette, and then I cure it. So if you notice that one of your nails has some weird bunching on the edges, that's because one of your layers wasn't cured long enough and then you applied another layer over top, so what you're seeing is a little bit of wet gel moving underneath a cured layer. And the only way to fix this is unfortunately to remove all the gel polish from that nail and start over, or file it down to that layer and then you can go from there. So once your gel color is opaque to your liking, you can go ahead and seal in that color coat with a top coat. Again, I'm really liking the OPI Gel Top Coat, but there are a ton that I like, and I'll put a couple of my favorites in the description box so you can see. Like, there are some no wipe top coats that I really like. This one is just a regular gel top coat, so you will have to remove that sticky layer after you cure. If you're used to applying regular polish, you might want to have a heavy hand when applying the gel top coat, but try to not. Remember to keep your coats thin. That's going to ensure that your manicure is even, curing is even, and it lasts a long time. Then just go ahead and cure your nails one last time, and once they come out, if you're using a top coat that leaves that sticky layer, you'll want to use a cleanser, or you can actually use alcohol. I've only done that a few times. I usually just use cleanser. And just remove that layer and you'll be left with a amazing, shiny, glossy manicure that's gonna last you a couple weeks, if not longer. Oh, and I almost forgot to complete the salon quality gel manicure. Pop on your favorite cuticle oil and rub that into your skin to rehydrate it and make your nails and hands look amazing. So there are my tips and tricks and how to apply gel for beginners. Hopefully it was helpful. If you give it a try, I'd love to see your pictures, and you can just tag me on all my social medias that I'll have listed below. And as always, please feel free to leave a comment down below on what type of video you'd like to see next. I'm always needing ideas, and you guys always come up with awesome ones, so I appreciate that. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.